Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. Happy New Year. We are very excited to announce a new workforce development program that we are calling Job Training Albuquerque, or for short, let's just refer to it as JTA. Now, I want to thank a few people for being here before I hand it over and introduce our boss, Mayor Tim Keller. I'd like to acknowledge Sarita Nair, who is here, our Chief Administrative Officer. She's here to my left. We have Dafina McMillan right over to my right here. We have Ernie Tabaka with the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber of Commerce, who represents the majority of small businesses in the city and across the state. Also, we will hear from our incredible partners at Central New Mexico Community College. I would like to acknowledge Nick Trillo, who is here and hosting us with Sabio Systems. Thank you, Nick, for opening up your doors and allowing us to host this press conference here today. We also have Workforce Connection of Central New Mexico with us. I'd like to acknowledge them. I also want to acknowledge our secretary, and the mayor will also acknowledge her from Workforce Solutions. Thank you for being with us. Now, when I was first appointed by Mayor Tim Keller as the Economic Development Director for the city, one of the first things that we did was meet with several business owners across Albuquerque to learn about what needs that they had. We consistently heard over and over from them that they still, today, that we should have a focus on workforce development, that there was a need and a gap that needed to be filled. And we also heard that there was a skills mismatch and that many of them didn't qualify for other incredible existing programs like the state's Job Training Incentive Program in order to provide training to their employers. Now, this program that we're talking about here today is a program that will complement programs like JTIP. We heard just this morning from business leaders that additional programs need to be created that incentivize workforce development. Since then, my team has been working hard alongside partners at Central New Mexico Community College to provide an answer to that need. Now, at this time, I want to let my boss, Mayor Tim Keller, come up to tell you more about this new and exciting new program.
All right, well, thank you so much, Synthia, and I love how the Hispano Chamber's tagline, by the way, just still rolls off your tongue.
I know.
It's just great how
it's 17 years.
That's right, 17 years of saying that. You can tell it just like that. So, well, a couple of things. This program is a result of a lot of hard work, and we're going to hear how this is going to work in just a minute. But I do want to acknowledge, of course, Yolanda Montoya. I think, did I see her?
She's right
Deputy
here.
Secretary? Yes, yes. Yolanda, Deputy Secretary. Thank you so much for being here. And we have our two city councilors who are here with us, Councilor Gibson and Councilor Borrego. And council, I share this story because it's the same story that I told council when we came up with this. You know, our state and city have a lot of different economic development incentives. And one of the top ones for decades has always been the JTIP program. But when you ask, and this is like tried and true, even when I was in the legislature, it was like JTIP, JTIP, JTIP. This is the only thing that always works for everyone. Well, it's that last part that hasn't always been true, almost always works for everyone. It's a very, very good program, and I originally just said, why don't we just double down on JTIP? But we realized that actually there's a group of businesses and a group of workforce that don't fit into that model, so there's a gap in JTIP, and that's where the city can step up. And so thanks to our partners at both Workforce Solutions, but also at CNM, and council's support for funding this initiative. This is the first time Albuquerque is doing this, and it's really meant to be the city's component to that state JTIP program to then close that gap so we have a spectrum of options available for all businesses, at least in Albuquerque. So I want to thank councilors for giving this a shot and for investing in it. I think in some ways it's long overdue, but it's much better than what we originally thought of, and that's a credit to our staff and CNM for the work they've put into this. So, as Synthia mentioned, we're here today to launch JTA, JTIP's little cousin. And funded with a $1 million appropriation from City Council over the next 3 years. And this program, again, came out of last year's budget, and we researched it, set up the program, and so now we're actually ready to get started. And that's what we're here to tell you about today. So the JTA is going to enable employers to provide training to employees in high-demand skill areas. And this is another area when we talk to businesses that want to move here or businesses that are growing here, they always identify a couple of areas where our workforce is short. Whether it's C&M or UNM, we just don't have enough of, and then fill in the blank, which of course I know Sabio knows all too well because they're front and center in trying to fill these gaps. But now this program, in conjunction with things like JTIP and OJT, are going to work well together in a complementary fashion to try and close this gap. And so this program is going to provide training for supervisor skills in digital marketing, UX, web design, cybersecurity, accounting and finance, operations management, and project management, which, by the way, is one we're working on at the city as well. We won't use this program for it, though. But it's a need all over Albuquerque. And so this is how we are delivering on that concept of increment of one. How can we help that small business scale up to get that one additional employee that they haven't been able to get before? This is how we're going to do it. And so companies participating are going to commit to hiring at least one new worker, that increment of one. That's what they have to do to participate in this program. And the JTA is going to build a course on Albuquerque's workforce one worker at a time, ultimately resulting in company growth and job creation, and hopefully a deep employment talent pool over the long run for existing and potential employers. So to tell us more about how it's going to work, I'm going to hand it back to Synthia, and we're going to bring C&M up here to explain it. Synthia?
Great, thank you. Thank you, Mayor. With the new year comes a new face. The city has engaged in several fruitful partnerships with C&M, and we intend to continue that relationship. We know C&M has a new president, and it is my honor to welcome up C&M's 6th president, TRACY HARTZLER.
Six, I know.
That's amazing.
But it's an impressive 5. So I follow a good list. So good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for being here. I certainly want to thank Mayor Keller and the City of Albuquerque and the council members for being here. Thank you to Sabio Systems for hosting us. And certainly thank you to our C&M Ingenuity staff who worked alongside the city and staff to really pull this program together. So we're very excited about being here, and this is my first time in front of all of you. So, wow, what a treat, and what a special time to be.
Great.
Week 2. So thank you for letting me be here and to really celebrate the hard work that all of you put together to really help our small businesses and our employers and really help our employees succeed and to build a better Albuquerque. So at C&M, we're always ready to join the city in great partnerships like this one that benefit the Albuquerque economy, our local businesses, and our community members. Like all of our economic development partners, we're committed to doing everything in our power to support economic prosperity and grow our jobs. The more we can do to help create this vibrancy, the better are the opportunities for our community members and our citizens. So with JTA, Job Training Albuquerque, we're going to be part of a solution that businesses need and that C&M can lend its expertise to our small businesses. Certainly we hope to empower employees to help them develop more robust skills, which will ultimately improve the company's bottom line and our ability to grow. What we're most interested in here, and we're so excited about this particular program that's different than others, is that when an employee completes their training in the Job Training Albuquerque, they can choose, in their cohort, they can choose to receive a transcript that reflects the credits they earn. So not only do they get this training, they get the credits to walk that they can take anywhere at any institution. And we know that this transcript will be an asset for them throughout their careers. So we're really proud of that, and it's something very distinct about this program. So thank you for including that, because we think it's so important for our individuals and our students. The mayor already highlighted a number of the trainings that we'll be providing. We look forward to working with the city and the employers and others to help identify more areas for growth and where we can provide that our contract training. We're, again, very excited to be part of this program with tremendous potential and look forward to all of the other partnerships to come. So thank you.
Thank you, President Hartzler. Next, I would like to introduce Nick Trill, President and CEO of Sabio Systems. Nick is the founder and owner of Sabio, and has been working in the staffing and recruiting sector for over 23 years. Now, Nick is an entrepreneur at heart. He started Sabio Systems in 2006, and during this time has led his team to find the most qualified talent in the market for employers while placing thousands of job seekers in fulfilling careers and projects. In his spare time, Nick volunteers on the board as treasurer of a youth soccer club, AUFC Timbers, and also coaches a U15 boys soccer team. Nick?
Go Timbers.
Well, I just want to say thank you to the mayor's office and your staff for giving us the opportunity to host this announcement, which I think is going to tremendously benefit the business community, but also all the citizens of Albuquerque, hopefully for many years to come. There's definitely been a need for a program like this for many years, where small businesses can take advantage of some of the programs that the larger businesses have been able to utilize in the past. And I think this is a really great step for us to start, and hopefully that's something that we can build on for many years to come. Just real quick, I think something that Albuquerque has been wanting to produce, I think is something that we need to keep that winning mentality going forward, being successful. In my views, what I tell my teams and my players and so forth and everything I do is that winning it's not something that happens by chance, right? It's something that you do by intent. So by putting this together, it's something that we can hopefully build for many years to come. And we can start with 1 million, maybe next year will be 50 millions, who knows? But looking forward to that, and I'll do whatever I can to help us get there. And with the city councilor's help, mayor's help, and the governor as well too, everybody, we can pitch in and really make this place like part of the announcement that Synthia made when it came to benefiting one employee at a time. That's part of our mission statement, right? Our mission statement is to make New Mexico the most desirable place to live, one employee and one employer at a time. That's our goal in the staffing and recruiting world. So thank you very much for having us here today.
Great, thank you so much, Nick. Well, now we're happy to open it up for questions.
We can also do them one-on-one
Oh, yeah,
if you want.
absolutely. Or one-on-one. How about? Okay, let me just thank everyone for being here. We're incredibly, our gratitude is, we're just so grateful for Sabio. We're grateful for C&M, our city council, and all the small businesses that are here today. And thank you to the media for being here as well.